I'm Javier Merino. I'm the director of operations of Sync LLC. It's a new company from Miami, a new startup that we started a couple of years ago with Luis, my partner. And yeah, we've been on this ride for the past, I would say, 3 years. Very exciting. Currently, I'm the director of operations, so I manage all the team. I also the product owner. I've been able to create the concept of the platform for the past years. We are right now setting out the milestones in order to launch the new platform soon. This company, obviously, right now is secret, kind of secret because we are creating something unique on the industry. With Luis's experience and my experience in product development, we've been able to create something that is going to disrupt the real estate market in US. Originally, I was born in Colombia, in Bogota, Colombia. I study industrial design, so I'm a very creative people. Then I decided to move to United States, to the States. I have a lot of family there, so always when I was a kid, I was very curious about everything related with the creative industry. So obviously, America is the mecca for that. So I started to look on that path. I moved initially to Los Angeles. I lived there for a couple of years. I learned a lot, and then moved back to Colombia, get my bachelor's degree, and then moved back to Miami. I lived in Miami for about 18 years. I started there as a graphic designer. Had the opportunity to work with some of the biggest advertising agencies in Miami. So my career growth at that time. I was a creative director of 3 different agencies in Miami. And I was able to witness all the transformation on that industry, from being the traditional media to now everything that we have today, going through social media, all the digital marketing, all of that. So it's been a very exciting career. I've been able to learn a lot, very curious about that, and obviously I put my knowledge and especially creativeness on everything that I do. I used to have a digital marketing agency back in Miami. Luis, Tenant Evaluation, was one of my first clients at that time. So I started to work with Luis as a client. Later, he became part of the company as a partner. We started to work together, doing very exciting things about tenant evaluation. So we did like a transformation plan at that time. Then I got married. Everything changes from that point. Priorities shift a lot. It wasn't a one-man decision. So starting from that point, we started to put a plan together with my wife, and then we decided that, especially me, I was like really bored about Miami because I've been there for so many years that I was looking for something new. You know, America is all about business, but sometimes I always look for quality of life. So I was looking as Spain for another step in our lives. We didn't know Spain at that time. We haven't been there before. So it was a risky decision, but one day I stepped out in the parking lot with Luis after a meeting that we have, and I told Luis, listen, Luis, let me share something with you. We decided to move to Spain. And he told me, what? Are you kidding me? We are moving to Spain too. What? Really? And he told me, yes, we are moving in May. And this was back in November. I told him, listen, we are planning to move in February. So we're going to go to Spain. We're going to look for opportunities there to open a branch of the agency, the digital agency, and then grow the business. And he told me, oops, okay, let's figure this out. So then we have a couple of meetings. We decided to close the marketing agency, and we decided to move to Spain and open the operations here for tenant evaluation, have a big project, growth project. As you can see, obviously, we've been growing for the past years. When we moved to Spain with my wife, we were looking for Valencia, Madrid, or Barcelona. We didn't even have Marbella on the map. And then Luis insisted me, you need to come to Marbella. It's an amazing place. When we came, I immediately fell in love with Marbella. It reminds me California back in the days. So it was an instant click for me. It's funny because all the decisions that I have made for moving into a new place are based on something that my mom told me a long time ago. She told me, try to work where you want to retire. That's how I moved to Miami initially. Then when years passed and I was looking again for that motivation, right? I was looking not for the business at that stage, but for the quality of life, right? So that's when Marbella came into the equation. When we moved to Marbella, we were looking for quality of life, and the surprisingly is that I see Marbella as I saw or I experienced Miami back in the days. When I moved to Miami, Miami was a middle-sized city. I saw all the process, all the transformation of that city from being a small city, local city, to the metropolis that is today, and the technology hub that is becoming now. I see exactly the same process that I saw in Miami at that time here in Marbella. Initially, obviously, everything is about quality of life. You have the family sense here. People is close, warm. You have history, you have culture, everything that you can imagine in terms of quality of life, right? But now, in terms of business, I see the transformation now. I can see it. And obviously, pool is part of that transformation. I see everything that is happening, especially on this space, is what I saw back in the days in Miami. This is a magnet for people of different backgrounds. And that's the perfect mix to create opportunities and bring more people into it, especially business owners, entrepreneurs from different parts of the world. So it's interesting to see how Marbella is changing and taking that direction. So I'm very excited to be part of that. The pool is the place that is generating that ecosystem now. I see it as the place to go. If you are in the technology industry, if you are an entrepreneur, maybe you move because of different reasons, but you find this place, then you easily click with the pool, and then you see this really nice community that is growing around the pool. And I think this is the phase one of that transformation process that Marbella is going through right now. So the pool is the catalyst of that process. Yeah, after so many tries and so many businesses that I've been able to start in the past, I will say the first thing that you need to keep in mind is, first of all, perseverance. Second, making sure that you surround yourself from great people. Companies are built on people. Once you get their respect and their trust, then everything that you set is going to be possible for you as a director or entrepreneur with a solid team. So you need to work with your team shoulder to shoulder and be very perseverant on the end goal. So for me, that's key.